Hey, Jack. Hey, everybody. Come on in. This is the Daily Burn. We're going to start here in just a minute. I got a little burn plan for you. We hang out and we talk about this fight. We talk about this political revolution that's going on right now. But with a little bit of a twist, we talk like winners. We own this fight. We know that we must do what it's going to take to make this change happen. And we are warriors in this fight, and we own that. And we are fully committed. And that's what we do here every day. We gather here every day and we talk about this political revolution. So share this out. I can't share it. Um, my phone's acting up, and I can't share it from the live stream studio on here. So get this out, share it with your friends, invite your friends, get people in here. We can finally announce it, y'all. It's finally official. Bernie won Iowa. We knew that already, and that's frustrating. But at least now it's official and it's out there. How much damage they did with their shenanigans with Mayor Pete, we've yet to see. But he won by over 6,000 votes. And I believe it's more than that. I'd love to see how much of Buttigieg's support came from this app. I really would. But we won Iowa. The volunteers and all the people on the ground there finally get to breathe a sigh of relief. Iowa's in the bag, on to New Hampshire, and we're going to crush it in New Hampshire. We are going to keep building this momentum. Bernie is by far the number one favorite by the bookmakers in Vegas. The betting odds for who the Democratic nomination is going to be. They don't deal in politics. They deal in money and reality and what's happening. You want to see an accurate poll? Check the betting lines. They know what's going on. They know what's happening. They see that we're coming for our country, and we're coming to take down this corrupt society and rebuild it into one that works for the people. So that's why he's leading in the betting. He's the favorite by far in the betting lines. Those are usually pretty accurate. They're not looking to lose money. So this revolution that we're in is going fantastic. The media and the establishment, as we just saw, are going to do all they can to throw wrenches at us and to make it look like this isn't happening even. But it is happening. And we understand that. We know that. And we are going to own it and push it forward and keep doing all this work. Matter of fact, after Iowa, the burners that I'm seeing out there that are active and pushing in this fight are doubling down. That's what needs to happen. We double down. Yeah, they're doing it in plain sight. They're doing it right out in the open. It's frustrating. It's heartbreaking to see. And as an American, it blows me away that the other side just looks on and laughs. They think it's funny. They giggle and point. And I don't see what's funny. I don't understand why it's funny. It's not funny to me. It doesn't make sense. I think it should matter to everyone. Even if you're not invested in the political revolution, you're not even invested in Bernie Sanders, you don't even like Bernie Sanders. You like democracy, don't you? There's a reason why we live under an illusion of democracy. It's because we allow it. We could take it back. And the good news is we are. What we're doing is what needs to happen. It needs to be taken over and then rebuilt from the inside. It's got to be torn down first. You can't just take your ball and go home and do nothing and expect that to work. That's ridiculous. Who does that make sense to? You have to take on the system that lords over you. That's the only way. We overwhelm it with our numbers. We take it down. and then we rebuild it into something that works for the people, something that has justice and compassion for society. That's what we're trying to do. We're not coming to play nice. We understand that. We know that this is what's going on, that this is a fight, a revolution. We understand that fully. And enough of us understand it that I believe to my core that we have the momentum here needed to win, that we are going to win. We will win this fight. But it's going to be an uphill battle. And it's a marathon. So don't allow yourself to get broken down. That's all they can do. So that's why I wanted to make a show like this, so that we could focus on the positives and focus on what we are doing, what is going well, what is going great actually, and this mass awakening, this movement of people rising up by the millions to take back our society and rebuild it into something that actually works for the people. This is beautiful. Jack says Pete the Cheat. I made a Pete Buttigieg video today. I did a little digging on Pete Buttigieg, and I made a video on Pete called Let's Meet Pete. Let's Meet Mayor Pete. And I found a lot of interesting stuff on the Mayor Pete. Oh, Mayor Cheat Buttigieg. I found a lot of interesting things. So check that video out. That's on my timeline. And Jack shared it. Jack knows what I'm talking about. But check it out. That's from the YouTube channel, by the way. Me on Things and Stuff. We're also live on YouTube right now. Same show. Or just over on YouTube. And hey Kilo. Hey One Affected. Bernie 2020, absolutely. And that's just the beginning. That's the other thing that we understand and we talk about here on the Daily Burn. Getting Bernie elected president is just the beginning of what we're doing. Our fight just starts then. It's just beginning. Hey Dale, I wish I could put you guys' comments up on the screen still. I wish I still had that ability. This is nice too. Like they each have their pros and their cons. Like one of the cons is sometimes this takes me a little longer to get going and sometimes this is a little laggy. But Be Live could also have that problem too. But it had the neat thing where I could put your comments on the screen and I like that. That was fun. We'll get that back at some point. And Steve says you watched it on YouTube. You liked it? Thank you. I spent all of today and a little bit of yesterday researching for that video, for that little video. But I'm going to dig deeper. There is a lot to find on this man. The more I dug, the more I found. Like, I just kept looking into different caverns and I had to wrap it up because I just wanted to make a short, shareable little video to show how filthy this guy is and what a little weasel he is. So check that video out. I think I did a good job pointing out, at least scratching the surface on Pete Buttigieg, but there is more to find, and we will find it. It is now time to take down Pete Buttigieg. You know, that's who you want to try to enshrine or install. You want to try to have a CIA coup of the executive branch with your CIA shill. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You better take away the internet right now. And they're trying to take away the internet. They're taking warriors out of the game. Like Steve, for instance. Steve is a social justice warrior sitting on the sidelines for 3 months in Facebook jail because he shares the truth and shares important things. And they don't want that. They don't want that getting out there. They don't want people seeing those kind of things. They want you seeing stupid things that mean nothing. They want you talking about the halftime show. You know, they want you wasting your time and spinning your wheels. When you're being productive, like Steve, and trying to inform people and lead the awakening, they try to shut you down. You know, I'm really surprised they haven't put me in Facebook jail. You know, they just probably haven't gotten around to it yet. They're going to try their best to shut us up. This is part of the mainstream media, and Facebook has a big stake in the Buttigieg campaign. So, it's not popular speech. Unfortunately, the truth is no longer popular speech. Isn't that sad? It's beyond sad. It's worse than sad. And Steve, I don't know. They always sneak up on me. Dale, the channel on YouTube is me on things and stuff. And I need to get a link ready where I can just like grab it and put it in the feeds whenever I want to, but it's me on things and stuff. Kilo says he's a rat. Pete Buttigieg is filthy, and in this video I found a lot of interesting stuff. Like, I never knew how much lobbying he has done. And then the management and consulting jobs for the firm that he worked for, this McKinsey and Company, that is a dirty, dirty firm, and it's secret society-ish. There's more to it than just being a firm. Like, once you put in your time there, you're set for life. You're part of their alumni, and they take care of each other, kind of like in a Skull and Bones type of way. It's creepy. The more you look into them, the creepier it gets. And it's got intelligence community written all over it. So I'm just not buying that he's not. Hey, Kathy. 3% won't release results. They're all rats. Well, Bernie's went ahead and claimed victory in Iowa. And I'm done with it. This was done on purpose to snip our momentum. But we don't depend on the media for our momentum. So they're not able to kneecap us with this because we're the media. The media is a bunch of liars anyway. And the average American doesn't trust the media anymore. The media's trust, the American people's trust in the media is going down and down every day. So they're not going to be able to stop us. They will try. They'll try everything. And what they're going to focus on is breaking us. And that's what this was. This was taking away our victory, taking away Bernie's victory, but more than that, taking away our victory. There was a lot of volunteers that put in a ton of work in Iowa. This was to break people down. Yeah, Kathy, Bernie had an app for that. They kept great. The campaign did awesome in this little debacle in Iowa. They really did. And I think they're going to handle it a lot differently this time around. I think you're going to see things a little bit differently, going down a little bit differently this time around. Just my theory based on what I'm seeing so far. Jack says you love the conspiracy theory. Dude, the things in that video, it was I called it a special episode of Conspiracy Theories and Chill, but everything I said about Pete in that video is true, except him being a CIA shill. That's the only thing I don't know for sure. And that's the reason why I think they might take the video down. You're not supposed to say things like that about people. That's bullying, don't you know? But, he's joked about it even. He's joked about it in interviews, that there'd be no way to know whether he is or not. Well, all I need to know is that you've been associated with the CIA, and he worked closely with the CIA and black operations, and even brags about it. So that's enough for me. He's endorsed by hundreds of intelligence officials and military industrial complex personnel. That's enough for me. I don't need any more. Well, I need somebody to come out and stamp him on his forehead and say for sure. Jack, I never catch Tim. Tim's on late. Like, Tim comes on like 10 o'clock where I live. And I got to get up for work at 5. So I'm in bed by then. You know what I mean? I like Tim. I catch his replays more than I catch his lives. But I've learned a lot from watching Tim, and I like Tim. Kilo says Bernie was slick on that one, played the cards close to the chest. On the app, they didn't tell anybody. Nobody knew Bernie had that app. And they let them report the fraudulent results first. And then they had them. And they sent their lawyers to the DNC with their results. They had accurate results and photo and video evidence of every caucus. So they had their back covered. And, it's like Nina said in a speech the other day when I was watching her. This ain't 2016. It's not going to go down the same way it did in 2016. It can't. This has to happen. This is happening. This will happen. It's going to happen. They're not going to stop us. They're not going to be able to stop us. There's nothing they can do to stop us. So just keep doing all you can. Keep fighting out there. Keep moving forward. And we will win. Not Bernie. Us. Because like I said, getting Bernie elected, that's going to be great. But that's not even the end of our fight. Our fight keeps going through that. This is going to happen because of us. Because of what we're doing. Every single one of us. The efforts that we're putting in are the reason why this is going to succeed. But thank you guys. This is the Daily Burn. And we gather here every day at 7. And we talk about this fight. We talk about this revolution. But we talk like winners. Because we own that this has to happen. So if you dig this show, come back tomorrow at 7. And there'll be another episode here waiting for you. And if you're ever feeling down, come around to this page, our Revolution War Room, and check out the burn. We leave them all up. There's over 200 of them up on this page. So you can always catch a burn and get your mind right. That's what we need to do, is keep our mind right. Steve says, did you catch Jimmy Dore on Tucker's show? It was great. No, I'll have to look that up. And Jack says he's a liar. And I'm going to assume you're talking about Pete. He is. He's a propaganda master, worked for a firm that specialized in propaganda. And I'm going to show a lot more. There's going to be more Mayor Pete videos, especially if he remains a threat. I'm going to make sure we kneecap Mayor Pete. I'm going to do my part to kneecap Mayor Pete. But it's like I mentioned in the video, Tulsi took him out in the debates. He has no stance on foreign policy. So why does so many intelligence officials and military-industrial complex representatives endorse him? It's because they own him. He is them. He's going to do everything that they want. Yeah, Kathy, Nina knows. Nina's the co-chair of the campaign. She's not just talking out of her mouth and just saying things to say them. Those words meant something when she said that. This ain't 2016. They knew they were going to be rigging stuff, and what? They were ready, weren't they? So let's give them credit. You know, I see all these people, and they were crawling out of the woodwork. I'm sure you dealt with it. Look, he's not going to do nothing. They're just going to rig it all, and it's never going to happen. Is that what happened? Let the man work. You know, why don't we just see what he's got up his sleeve? I think the man understands what happened. We all went through the same thing in 2016. These people act like we went through a different experience. We just didn't all take it the same way. Some people, all you got to do is tell them no, and they sit down, and they quit. Well, we didn't look at it that way. And now we're in a better position. We have better momentum, and we're in a position to actually win. So come back with us. Come back into the fold. Stop being hurt. Stop being mad. You know, we can bring up those issues, any of those questions that you might have had. We can do that at a later date and find out why. We can see why Bernie didn't do this or that, or why he went this direction or that direction. You don't have to be fully on board. You don't have to fully agree. And to think that you're ever going to be fully satisfied with anything is ridiculous. You usually have to make concessions. So swallow your pride a little bit and realize that we're winning. We're doing what needs to happen, and we're going to win. And get on board with us. Join this fight. But please stop trying to break our spirit. You know, we have enough of that coming from the mainstream media. I don't need all these doubters and quitters crawling out of the woodwork every time something comes up in this campaign going, look, see, I told you it can't happen. These people are weak. If you have that quitter victim mentality that you can't have anything and nothing's ever going to work out for you and nothing's ever going to work, then nothing ever will. It can't, because you've stopped yourself from succeeding. You crippled yourself. The mind is very powerful. You decided to quit before you even began. Yeah, and Steve, Bernie's surrogates say what Bernie can't say politically. She's not only the co-chair, but she's also one of his best and most inspiring surrogates. Her words mean something, and they matter. And I will look that up, Steve. When is the next debate? I will look that up. And Jack, he is. He is. Got massive ties to the Hillary establishment campaign. Not just, I want to say campaign, but I had to throw in establishment. Because it's not just ties to Hillary. Because Hillary was deeply tied to the establishment, the deep state establishment powers that be that lord over us. The powers behind the curtain. She was very tied to that, still is. And she still got her hand in all of this. Both of the companies involved in that app, Shadow and Acronym, the parent company, both are filled with Hillary for America employees. Full of them. The damn app was ran by Robbie Mook, the former manager for the Hillary campaign. There's multiple staffers of hers running both companies that were involved in this Iowa app. Hillary's all over this. And Jack says 4 billionaires backing Pete. Pete has big money behind him. There's a lot of suspicious things going on with Pete Buttigieg, and I intend to make at least a couple more videos exposing that and pointing that out to people and helping people see through this polished CIA shill that's being shoved on down the American people's throat and trying to derail this revolution. Kathy says the next debate is tomorrow, Steve. February 7th. Tomorrow's the next debate. So, according to Kathy, we got a debate coming on tomorrow. So you were right earlier when you said, was it tomorrow? So it sounds like it is. I'll verify, but I bet you she's right. I trust her. Good source. So tomorrow, February 7th, next round of debates. And who made the debates this time? I'm kind of curious about that. Did Bloomberg buy his way onto the stage again? And how much did it cost him? But thanks for watching, guys. This is the Daily Burn. And I will see you guys again tomorrow at 7 for another episode. Keep burning out there. Keep fighting. Keep doing all you're doing. And thank you for what you're doing. I'm Sean, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.